Well, good evening, everybody. Mark in the home weather office on this Sunday evening. It is the second night of April, 2023. Hope you've had a great weekend. Time to look ahead to the week ahead. And we have some very changeable weather here for Northern California. So that's what I want to do tonight is just kind of give you an idea of what's happening now and what is going to happen over the next few days. Like I said, it is going to be quite changeable with some mountain snow, some cold weather that we're expecting as well, and then some uncertainty about the weekend, or the end of the week. Let me get into what's happening right now. So this is Doppler Radar as I'm recording this around 8:15 on Sunday evening. We do have precipitation that's been breaking out on the west slope of the Sierra. The snow level right now is around, about 4,000 feet. Blue Canyon's reporting some light snow, and the last time I checked, just a few minutes ago, we don't have chain controls on Interstate 80, but I think that's about to change any minute now. Grass Valley's had some on-again, off-again rain. Same thing in the Nevada City area, where the temperatures are in the upper 30s, again, as I'm recording this right now. But it is going to get colder over the next couple of days, meaning we could see some lower snow flakes. However, there's a problem with that. This is very dry air. So what I'm showing you here is what we call precipitable water, what is called precipitable water. So it's the amount of water in the atmosphere. And this is tonight. And as I scroll over this, you can see that in the Sierra, the precipitable water is about 0.25, and over the valley, it's about about a half an inch. So we are squeezing that precipitation out. Now, as we go through the night and into Monday, this is Monday afternoon, or right around midday, look at all these shades of brown. That is really, really dry air. Let me scoot this up a little bit and be able to see the scale on the bottom here. So the bottom end of the scale is down here in these brown shades, and the higher precipitable water goes into greens and purples and yellows and reds over here, where you get more than 2 inches of precipitable water. For us, a good range for rain is 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches. You know, when we get an atmospheric river sort of thing, we're up there. This is very dry air instead. So that's why precipitation is going to be very limited. And while it is going to be cold enough for snow down to 2,000 feet, and I'll show you the cold air here in a second, the air is just going to be too dry to support any big accumulations. And in the Sierra, we will see, maybe 6 to 8 inches of snow during the night tonight and during the day tomorrow. This is the water vapor loop, and you can see the areas of the brownish, orangish in here. That's that dry slot. There's just enough moisture being squeezed in. You see that flow that just kind of comes this way? Perfect flow, and whatever moisture there is starts to condense in the atmosphere on the west slope of the Sierra, and that's why we're seeing the activity in the Sierra, but we're not really seeing anything down on the valley floor, and I think the valley will be staying dry. So let me show you the way the HRRR shows this. This is that precipitation we're seeing on the west slope. And then as we get into the day on Monday, let's get to Monday around, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. The valley dry but cold. There will be snow showers in the Sierra during the day on Monday. This is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. On again, off again snow on the crest of the Sierra. If you're planning on traveling through the mountains on Monday, I think there's going to be enough for occasional chain controls, just because it's going to be cold and snowy and icy. So if you're going up 80, I don't think it's the kind of case where they'll close the road, but it will be the sort of thing where we see on again, off again snow showers with a couple of inches of accumulation. And then this is into the day on Tuesday, and we are dry, but it is remaining cold. Now, speaking of the cold, I want to show you that. So this is going to be one of the main stories over the next couple of days is the cold air. These are those temperatures at 5,000 feet that I like to show you and just see how the colder air is pushing in. This is Monday morning at 8 o'clock. Temperatures at 5,000 feet down to -5 degrees Celsius. That is quite cold for Northern California, especially for the early part of April. During the day, the air mass modifies a little bit. But first thing Monday morning, and again first thing on Tuesday morning, this cold air mass will be enough to produce some frost in the valley. This could be a big concern for ag concerns as well as for backyard farmers. So I think Monday morning and Tuesday morning are your biggest concerns. As we get into the day on Wednesday, the air mass modifies a little bit. This is Wednesday morning. The temperature's aloft still below zero, but only slightly. Now we're talking about -1, and that will allow our temperatures to warm as well at the surface. And then this is getting into Thursday morning. The temperature's now up to +2, which is still plenty cold, and that would be good enough to keep the temperatures below average, but the threat of frost would be going away. So again, the biggest threat of frost is going to be Monday morning and again on Tuesday. morning. All right, let's talk about the uncertainty for the end of the week. And for this, I'm going to show you the GFS model. And the GFS has been going back and forth with this system for quite a while. It's hinting at an atmospheric river type of system, but you'll notice where that is focused right now. This is Thursday, around the middle part of the day. And there is great uncertainty with this. Some of the models take this much, much farther north. The GFS keeps hinting and it could come down to Interstate 80. And if that's the case, then our temperatures will be quite a bit cooler. But if it stays up to the north, we could reach the mid-70s. This is Friday night. This is getting into the day on Saturday. And I think then the ridge does take over. So I'm more optimistic that the weekend will work out. But this is a case where you see an atmospheric river sort of system that it's all going to depend on where it is pointed. And I can show you, if I can get over there. Yeah, I can show you the precipitable water. So that's it right there. I showed you earlier how dry we are. Well, now this is indicating precipitable water of 1.16 out over the ocean. Let me back this up a little bit, and you can see how that noses in, and it even increases the precipitable water over the valley. Let's see, this time frame on this is a Friday afternoon of up over an inch. So I'll tell you that that Friday right now, Friday and Saturday are quite uncertain. If I think if there's going to be a day where we do get rain, it would be Friday. But like I said, not only does this model keep going back and forth, the European model also takes it farther to the north. But I just want to let you know that well, the official forecast that you may read doesn't really have a chance of rain in there on Friday. Don't be surprised if that time frame, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday morning, has some changes to it as we go through the next couple of days. So that's everything I have for you tonight. A couple of cold nights, some snow in the Sierra, a little bit of snow down to some of the lower elevations. For those of you around 3,000 feet, you could get a dusting during the night tonight or during the day tomorrow as that colder air moves in, but the air is just going to be too dry to support much in the way of good accumulations. So like I said, that's everything I get for you tonight. I will update with the newest models tomorrow morning with the morning briefing on Monday morning. If you like these updates, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate all of those of you that have done so already. Have yourselves a good evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow.